Confluence, as you said earlier, you have two large bodies of water coming together. Now, in your mind, you could picture that as a pretty violent event with two large bodies crashing together. Explain to me what Confluence's role is in making that not quite such a violent event.
I don't see it as a violent event. I see it as a kind of like two hands coming together and interlocking. I don't see it as them crashing together. I see it them as them flowing together. And so I don't know if that's just because I feel comfortable with the idea of confluence and collaboration. I imagine for people who this may be a new concept, may see it as a violent act, but I see it as a natural flow and order to how it should be.
Is there a way? So if I communicate without an awareness of confluence, how could I go wrong?
Oftentimes when people are not, like I said, confluence happens in a real estate transaction, whether you realize it or not. But if you are in a frame of mind where that isn't your goal isn't to come together and create something bigger, which does happen with some realtors, some buyers, some sellers. The where you can go wrong is either over communicating, oversharing, or undersharing. And oftentimes that's really the result of it, is that the lines of communication are not open. When you're not coming together to create, you are often running side by side and never actually creating what you're trying to do. Does
So
that
would
make
you
sense?
say, yeah, it does? Would you say that you would have to be conscious then of your communication in order to be aware whether or not you're not in alignment? To me, what you're kind of saying is it's not just any communication, but it's a conscious awareness of what verbiage you're using and everything else that is part of communication. Would you say?
I would definitely say that it is an awareness of communicating, an awareness of trying to accomplish your goal. But I don't know if it's always conscious or if it is a natural innate ability for some people, and some people need to be taught. It is a different type of situation.
So if I'm learning how to use Confluence, if I'm talking to people all the time, I'm communicating, but I want to use the laws of Confluence to grow my business. And what I understand is you're telling me that collaboration is one of the laws of Confluence, and I should focus on collaborating more with people. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that or how I can more effectively do that, but I should collaborate more. And then you're saying that in my communication, I need to be what?
Straight in your communication, you need to be open and honest, and that's the only way that you will be able to truly blend with the other party. Because if you've got one with a wall up and one that's open and honest, those two bodies of water, those two bodies are not going to be able to collaborate and flow together as they need to. And in the end, you may close the deal, but you're not going to it's not going to be a huge benefit for all the parties, maybe for one or two.
So I could go from confluence to non-fluence real quick. I could
Correct.
break confluence. How would I break confluence?
That what I've seen as far as people that are breaking confluence, those are the ones that at the beginning they seem real strong, they seem like everything's going well, but in the end they're not happy, not just in their lives but in their transactions and in their careers. When you come together and you collaborate with your business partners, they become your friends, and life is much more fulfilling when you're not alone out there.